Back in 2022, the famous company Meta launched the Llama project. Llama 2, the open source large language model, LLM, is a successor to Llama, and its being open source means Mark Zuckerberg has made it accessible to everyone out there. The question is this better than the other AI models launched before?
The main thing that we focus on building here, a lot of product experiences to help people connect and express themselves.
To be able to use this AI model, you have to go to Meta's website and it will give you a detail of its variant. The AI has 3 different variants. Then you sign up and wait for Meta to send you an email. Once you get the email, you'll have to go to a GitHub link they provide and enter a link that they emailed you, and that's your unique link. And then you get to download the model for yourself. Llama is the new AI competing against the very best, which are currently ChatGPT and Google's Bard. It's an open source language model, which means you can download it and build your apps on top of it without any restrictions. While GPT 3.5 and 4 need an API, and they might come with usage limits and costs, giving developers the edge to use Llama 2 freely. It gets even better when you realize that this is completely free, no subscriptions are needed, and there aren't any kind of hidden charges you need to pay to keep using it. When it comes to performance, it is the absolute best. Right now, it goes toe-to-toe against the famous ChatGPT 3.5 and, in some cases, even outshone it in the benchmark results. The engineers at Meta fine-tuned it to be super reliable and give spot-on responses in all kinds of tasks. While sure, it can't beat GPT-4 just yet in any way, but it's still really good when it comes to the practical stuff. It makes your life easy with its insanely optimized skills, making it the go-to choice for most everyday projects. This part is a deal breaker for a lot of you guys out there. Llama 2 has more knowledge than ChatGPT. You see, ChatGPT knows up until September 2021. While Llama 2 knows the events that have happened up until September 2022, meaning Llama knows a year more than ChatGPT, and that's a huge deal. Llama 2 is pretty awesome for developers too. Meta released different versions of the model with different parameter sizes, 7 billion, 13 billion, and the insane 70 billion. Now developers can choose what's perfect for their projects, giving them the flexibility to choose what best suits their application's requirements. There's this test to determine how much each AI model does and which one is the greatest. It's called the Massive Multitask Language Understanding Benchmark. It works by measuring what these models know from their pre-training, and they do it by testing them in 0-shot and few-shot setups. This test can and does cover everything, and by everything we mean everything, from humanities, social sciences and more, and it's got tasks for every level to test these models for their knowledge and problem-solving skills. It's great for putting these models to the test and seeing how they handle things. And of course, like anything new, there are a few limitations. As it's still in development, you might expect some changes and updates as they fine-tune things. And hey, because it's such a tough challenge, not all models may be cut out for it. Comparing Llama 2 with ChatGPT, we saw Llama 2 scoring 85.8, which is pretty close to the scores of GPT 3.5, which scored 87.1, and Palm, which got a score of 86.2. When it comes to GPT-4, however, it's still not there yet, since GPT-4 has a score of 93.2. In other words, Llama 2 70B can understand and answer prompts and questions almost as well as GPT 3.5 and Palm, but not quite up to the level of GPT-4. Since AI can now solve coding problems, Llama 2's coding abilities were tested too. Llama 2 70B got a score of 43.6 on the coding benchmark, which is significantly lower than GPT-3, which got 48.1, and GPT-4, which was able to score 67. And why is that? Well, it's probably because GPT-4 was trained on a private dataset that includes code, making it a coding expert. On the other hand, Llama 2 70B was trained on publicly available internet data, which means it doesn't have the specialized knowledge of code. As a result, GPT-4 has a significant advantage in handling prompts and questions related to coding tasks. Another reason could be that Llama 2 is a newer model than GPT 3.5 or GPT 4. It hasn't had as much time to be developed and refined, and maybe as Llama 2 gets more data to be trained on and learns, it might get better at coding over time. Mark Zuckerberg has got some big plans for Llama, and we told you he made it open source, open for everyone to use, free of cost. But why exactly? Well, Zuckerberg has this set of rules for AI development he calls the Mistral AI factor, that's used to keep AI transparent, fair, safe, and accountable. Zuckerberg believes that by open sourcing Llama 2, he can boost developer creativity. With unlimited access, they can play around with it, make a few changes here and there, build new and better apps, and come up with new and different ways to be able to use AI. This is a win for everyone. Because it's open source, anyone, and we mean anyone, can see what's inside. People can now get to see firsthand how the model works and what it looks like, which makes it open for feedback since people can now find any kind of hidden signs of trouble here and there. This will build trust between users and make sure the AI gives fair results. A responsible AI is safe and fair. This means sticking to human values. Zuckerberg made this AI accessible to make sure humans are in control and everyone is responsible for what they create. There's this open source signatory, which is full of people and different organizations that work on supporting open source AI models, and they have a few motives. They want to showcase their work to the entire globe by making their AI models available to everyone, either through open source licensing or other ways. This will allow more people to be able to use AI for businesses and work. Next, they want to promote positivity in the world, so they've signed up to use these models and train them responsibly so they don't cause any harm. They collaborate and help each other with AI development to boost the process. Two of the biggest language models are Orca by Meta and Phi 1 from Google. Both are open source AI, but with a few differences. First, let's talk about their size. Orca started in 2021 and has 70 billion parameters, which means it's a bit smaller and less powerful compared to Phi 1, which started a year later but is massive with 540 billion parameters. When we talk about the training data it's trained at, Orca got trained on public text and code, while Phi 1 had special private data that was fully loaded with code. This means that Phi 1 can generate better code, but Orca's training data is diverse, which might give it an edge in tasks that need to understand natural language better. We think Llama 2 has the potential to be a lot better than the other AI models out there, and will be everywhere soon enough. You'll see Llama in healthcare, education, even customer service. You can use it to create great chatbots to resolve issues quickly, create some great learning experiences for students, could answer questions related to medicine with really high accuracy, and be used to create different types of content and art in which all you have to do is enter a text and it'll generate that for you with much higher accuracy than the AI models available right now.
Use these models to be able to do customer support for the people that they're serving, over WhatsApp without having to, I think that's just going to be, I just think that this is all going to be.
Well, what do you think about Llama 2? Let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to always be updated with the most exciting content as soon as it's uploaded. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon in another video.